It's time for GMA3. More snow? The East Coast facing the threat of another storm this weekend as millions dig out and thaw from last weekend's storm, leaving hundreds of thousands without power. We're tracking it all. New details in the murder of an Ohio woman and her dentist husband, what police say they saw on surveillance video. After-school care crisis, a closer look at one program that's filling the void for parents. But federal funding cuts are putting many programs like this one in jeopardy. What happens when school's out, but work isn't? And Daredevil Born Again is back.
I hope you can walk because I'm not carrying you.
We have a new look at season 2, just in time for GMA3.
Hey everybody, I'm Ginger Z. And I'm Janae Norman here with Brianne and Allie. So glad that you can join us on this Wednesday.
We have a great show coming up. We are taking a look at some of the biggest trends in nutrition. We are talking fiber maxing. Have you heard about that? And also, of course, protein-packed snacks. They have it all these days. Good Housekeeping's Stephanie Sassos will join us with products to help meet your health and wellness goals this year.
And if your only goal is to stay warm right now, because many of us that is, we've got you covered there too. Tori Johnson's back with her Deals and Steals winter warm-up.
And that is absolutely what we need, because we're going to start with the bitter cold as millions face another day of those frigid temperatures. Wind chills below 0 across the Midwest and the Northeast. And it feels like the 20s as far south as Florida, Ginger. And the good news, I guess, if you love snow, there could be more of it for some.
Let's discuss, because I want to start you out with a look at the Great Lakes. They are so ice-covered, especially Erie. And if you remember, the last few winters, we've been saying, oh, there's barely any ice. 94% covered on Lake Erie itself. So really, and that will produce less lake effect snow, too. But with that Arctic blast, we are going to get even colder this weekend than we have been, if you can imagine. And yes, that includes temperatures that could break records even into South Florida. Miami could see not only their coldest air in 15 years.
27 on Saturday?
With wind chills, so they could be in the 30s for actual temperatures, which is the coldest in 15 years, but close to the freezing mark. If they do that, it would be the first time since 1989 Christmas. So it doesn't happen often there. And then here's the storm. Let's talk briefly about it. We feel like more confidence that the mid-Atlantic southeast will have some impacts Friday night through Saturday, and the closer you are to the coast there in North Carolina and Virginia, we'll be watching. Maryland, Delaware, also a growing confidence that there'd be some impacts, definitely in waves and erosion. But there are two solutions that keep coming up on the models. One takes it more out to sea, which is less snow, and meaning no snow for Long Island or the Cape or New York or Boston. But if it gets closer, and we'll be kind of making this more concrete in the coming days, then we get more snow. So let's talk tomorrow.
All right, you got to keep a watch on that then. We'll see if we get more snow, Ginger. Now we go to new details on the surgeon accused of murdering his ex-wife and her husband. Prosecutors now say he was caught on video outside their Ohio home weeks before the killings. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky joins us now with more on this. Hey, Aaron, good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Rhiannon. Before her ex-husband allegedly murdered Monique Tepe and her new husband, police say he threatened and stalked her. New details about the murder of Monique and Spencer Tepe.
State of Ohio versus Michael McKee.
The man charged with killing the couple, her ex-husband Michael McKee, was allegedly caught on surveillance camera lurking outside their Ohio home 3 weeks before the murders. The couple was not there at the time, but attending the Big Ten championship game in Indiana. Court records say McKee, who's a vascular surgeon, stayed in the yard for a few hours on December 6th, a day police said he was not on the schedule at his hospital. On December 30th, police said McKee had left his phone behind and showed up again at the Tepe's house, broke in, and shot the couple while their children were inside. The children, 4 and 1, were unharmed. Spencer Tepe's co-worker called 911 when he failed to show up for work at his dental office.
He is always on time. This is very out of character. And we can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing.
McKee and Tepe married in 2015 and divorced 2 years later. Investigators said friends told them McKee had been abusive and had made numerous threats on her life during and after their marriage. Another friend allegedly telling investigators McKee told Monique that he could kill her at any time and would find her and buy the house right next to her, that she will always be his wife.
The plea of not guilty form has been executed and signed on behalf of my client.
McKee has pleaded not guilty. And McKee is being held without bond now. He faces a possible life sentence if he's convicted of these murders, guys.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Yeah, it is.
Really terrible.
All right, we're turning now to TikTok agreeing to settle a landmark lawsuit alleging it intentionally tried to get kids hooked on its platform. The settlement coming just as the trial, which also involves other media giants, is about to begin. Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington. Elizabeth, tell us.
Hey, Ginger. So TikTok will no longer be part of this first-of-its-kind trial, which is really all about if social media companies design their apps to be addictive for young users. So just hours before jury selection started Tuesday at a Los Angeles County court, TikTok reached a settlement. The details aren't public. Snapchat also settled ahead of this trial. So this means that Meta, which owns Instagram, and YouTube will now be the two tech giants facing a jury for the first time. We do expect Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg to take the stand. This case centers on a now 20-year-old woman who claims that the apps used features like auto-scrolling to get her hooked, ultimately leading to anxiety, depression, and body image issues. Meta and YouTube dispute the allegations. YouTube says providing young people with a safer, healthier experience has always been core to our work, and Meta says that it is confident that the evidence will show longstanding commitment to supporting young people. This trial is really widely considered to be a bellwether for other lawsuits against tech companies as young Americans spend more time online. One study found that teens spend an average of 5 hours per day on social media, Ginger.
Yeah, I'd say that even seems low. But Elizabeth, the lawsuit also claims tech companies are operating like big tobacco to get users addicted. So what's the argument there?
So the lawyer for the plaintiff tells me that there are similarities. He says that in the same way that tobacco companies use nicotine to get people addicted, tech platforms are pushing features that create an addiction to their apps too. Tech companies have said there's a difference there. While nicotine is bad for everyone, that is not always the case for social media. They say there are clear benefits for many users too, guys.
Okay, well, I know you'll be following it. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Coming up here, Charlie's Angels have accepted a new mission, reuniting for the show's 50th anniversary. We've got all the details on the stars coming back together in Pop News. Back now with Pop News and in blue suede, we've got Will Gannon.
Who needs blue suede shoes when you've got a blue suede jacket, am I right? Will you guys indulge me and give me your best Charlie's Angels, the three of you, since you're here?
Wait, I got this one, right?
Boom, there it is. Okay. So that means today I will be playing the role of Charlie as I say, hello, Angels. 50 years after Charlie's Angels debuted right here on ABC, the stars are set to reunite at the 2026 PaleyFest in Los Angeles. Cheryl Ladd, Kate Jackson, and Jacqueline Smith all coming together for the TV festival this April to celebrate their hugely popular hit series. The actresses sharing a joint statement saying that the show was, quote, lighthearted, but at the beginning of the women's movement in the 1970s, also quietly delivered the important message that women are just as capable as men, end quote. They'll be taking the stage together to reflect on their decades-long careers on April 6th, and on April 11th, a throwback reunion for a new show. The stars of Scrubs, including Zach Braff, Donald Faison, and Sarah Chalk, will be taking the stage to share new details about the upcoming Scrubs revival series that debuts Wednesday, February 25th right here on ABC, streams the next day on Hulu, and I was able to visit them on set. There I am outside of Sacred Heart Hospital, and we will share that behind-the-scenes adventure in a few weeks on GMA.
Yes.
There I am outside of Sacred Heart Hospital.
I just wanted to make sure you guys saw it. I was like, look, it's me.
That is so cool.
You can tell that they have a decade's worth of history together on screen and then a decade and a half
And they're
off
like
screen.
real friends in real life.
Yeah, Donald is Zach's kid's godfather, which is really cool. Yeah, so.
Well, count me impressed that was you in that photo.
Did you get to put scrubs on?
What's that?
Did you get to put scrubs on?
No. I had the blue suede going on instead, you know? All right, up next in more TV news, Matt Murdock is back as the intense street superhero Daredevil, and he's reuniting with an old friend in the first teaser trailer for season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. The synopsis for the highly anticipated second season says that survival, resistance, and redemption collide as the battle for the soul of New York City begins. Charlie Cox returns in the title role, with Kristen Ritter returning as fan favorite character and private investigator turned superhero herself, Jessica Jones, as the duo try to fight back from the shadows against the corrupt mayor's empire. Daredevil Born Again begins streaming on Disney Plus on March 24th. I know, I'm excited about that one. The MCU always expanding. And finally, New York is still thawing out from this weekend's storm, and with temperatures today feeling like 6 degrees, we found an interesting way to keep things heated. The New York Public Library revealing that since Sunday, they've seen a 1,057% increase in downloads of Heated Rivalry on ebook and audiobook. This, of course, is the steamy source material for the wildly popular TV series starring Connor Story and Hudson Williams. And for any New York Public Library card holders who want to keep the heat going and continue Rachel Reed's Game Changer series, the New York Public Library told me in a statement, "We champion reading and readers, and for that reason, the hard-to-get series will continue to be immediately downloadable through Valentine's Day."
That is such a good way to get, people interested and knowing that the library has that.
Exactly. Yeah. So get your library card and indulge in a little heated rivalry like the rest of us have been since Black Friday.
And believe me, you'll need it. We're going to stay cold for a very long time.
Thank
you, Will.
Thanks,
This
Ginger.
wait was great. Coming up, Tori Johnson is back with our Deals and Steals winter warm-up with savings starting at less than $10.
We are back now with Deals and Steals, and it is freezing outside for millions, but Tori Johnson is here to heat things up with a winter warm-up. And Tori, you said these boots are a hit.
Always a hit with GMA viewers. That is because cold, sleet, rain, no match for Muff Boots. They've been doing this for 25 years. They know what they're doing with boots. So extremely comfortable, sturdy, keeps your feet dry, cozy, well supported, all the things that you want when you are outdoors in the elements, whether you are shoveling snow, building a snowman, or quite frankly, as they say, just mucking around. We've got a big assortment for men, women, and kids, and everything is 50% off plus free shipping. Yeah, you cannot beat that. Except perhaps with some softness. I just want to stand there and just pet these robes and blankets. This is Minky Couture, and this whole started based on the premise of having something that is soft as a baby blanket, but that is stylish, that you would want to put it out as decor. So they really check all of those boxes. We've got the blankets in 4 different sizes. It's a really great stretchy material that kind of just envelops you. It's like a warm hug.
I snuggled up with one last night with my son.
Exactly. As she just told me also, I baked last night. And yet again, did not bring it for the rest of us. But in any event, I will not digress. The robes are fabulous too. They also have a nice microfiber lining on the inside. So if you just want some cozy comfort, treat yourself now because 55% off plus free shipping.
This is really soft.
Really nice.
I'm wearing this the rest of the time.
There
We're going to get it undone.
Okay, well, you do that.
We'll talk hair care while you get your robe on.
It's a 10.
I use this every day.
One of our favorite hair care lines. It's pretty fabulous. I know, sorry, we haven't rigged for a display, but
not anymore.
You got it. Okay.
Looking good.
This is fabulous because you get a lot of benefits in a single bottle. One of their best selling is this Miracle 10-in-1. That's great for defrizzing, kind of reviving dull, dry hair. Also great to lock in moisture. My favorite, though, happens to be the mask. This is with our deal, it's under $20 for this, and it's one of the best things that you can do for your hair. One of the most also accessibly priced and delivers results. So we've got 4 different collections. We've got the original keratin, scalp, and silk. Treat yourself because it's all 50% off.
Deanna loves that one.
Yes, exactly.
Now I know why. Great Gatsby party.
Okay, something else we love, this Revolution cooking toaster oven.
People rave about this.
Yes, they do.
People being Gio and my mom.
Okay, there you go. Those are your people. You could have just said my people rave about this because we know. So, okay, before we get to the toasty, this right here is, they've got 7 different levels of toastiness so that you can go from the color toast that
which is your favorite?
Wants. I would be probably, exactly. I'm kind of one of those right in the middle. I like it more. Won't dry out, but it's going to give you that nice crispy exterior. And then the press is fabulous. The optional toasty press, you can make paninis, grilled cheeses, quesadillas, and all the mess stays right in here. So typically if you make it on a press, you've got to clean up. There's so much. No, one thing to clean up right here. It's super simple and comes out perfect every time. Both of these are 50% off. Super easy. Okay, I feel like this is up Ginger's alley because you don't like waste. Yes, you don't like waste. So the average family of 4, apparently, according to Feeding America, throws away $1,600 per year worth of fresh produce because it just goes bad in the refrigerator. We buy it and we don't eat it. So this little blue apple, that you could give us the science lesson, but it sucks away and that ethylene gas that causes produce to ripen. But you don't want necessarily everything to ripen quickly all at once. Sometimes you intentionally buy things that aren't ripe yet because you know that you need some days to eat it. That's going to extend the time for that. All of these are about extending the life of your produce to give you more time to enjoy it, all 50% off.
Perfect.
And then finally, we've got a great humidifier. We've got feel these. We've got really great. These are heating pads, big variety to add moisture to dry air, to add a nice heat, relaxing on your back, soothing. We've got so many options from Pure Enrichment, even more than what you see here, all online, 50% off.
Good stuff, Tori. Thank you so much. And we've partnered with these companies on these great products. You can get them at GMAdeals.com. That QR code on the screen takes you right there. And Tori, we will see you back here tomorrow for more deals, of course. Still coming up here on GMA3 today, If I Ruled the World. It's a new book, and the author and barrier breaker, Amy Dubois Barnett, joins us in studio to talk about it. We'll be right back here on GMA3. Welcome back to GMA3 on this Wednesday. Tomorrow on GMA, Omar Epps will be here telling us about his new movie, Moses the Black. It's about a drug dealer who finds redemption and inspiration in the life of a saint. That movie already getting lots of buzz.
It looks so good. And tomorrow is our United States of Hot Cocoa finale. We have cafes from Chicago, LA, Detroit, and also Miami coming here to go mug to mug. And the winners will get a sweet $10,000 prize.
We have been waiting for that. Also, Robin knows how to kick off the weekend. She'll be live in Philadelphia on Friday for the Philly is Unrivaled event. 2 games featuring some of the league's biggest stars, including Paige Beckers and Chelsea Gray, with the rules revised to ratchet up the intensity.
All right. Well, now to a crisis facing many American families. Federal funding cuts for the after-school programs that so many rely on, leaving parents without affordable and safe places for their kids to go when the school day ends. Elizabeth Scholze has been tracking this, is back with this story. And Elizabeth, this is what happens when the school day goes from 8 to 3, but workday is 9 to 5.
That's exactly it, Janae. Every day, so many parents cobbling together after-school care when we know school ends, but work isn't over yet. We did get an up-close look at one program that's really filling a crucial void, but federal funding cuts are putting it in jeopardy.
Did you get all your homework done today?
Yeah. For Giovanna Sejas and her 11-year-old daughter Nayeli, the Aspire program in Arlington, Virginia is the missing piece to a complicated puzzle facing millions of American families. Figuring out after-school care.
When I found out this is a free program, I mean, it's an easy $300, $400, $500 less that I have to worry about, you know, on a month basis.
Which quadrant is P going to be in?
The program provides free after-school care every weekday until 6 p.m. for students from kindergarten through 8th grade.
Normally this classroom would have been full of kids.
Yeah, full of kids laughing, learning.
But in 2025, the program was forced to shut down this entire classroom after cuts to federal funding by the Trump administration.
You had to tell 25 kids who had been coming here they didn't have a spot anymore.
Yeah, it was awful.
Those federal funding cuts are only making worse an already dire economic picture for after-school care in America.
There is enormous demand for after-school programs, but far too many families don't have access.
In fact, nationwide, Education Department data shows only 42% of K-12 public schools say they're able to provide after-school programs with an academic focus to all the students who want or need them. When the funding cuts were made, the Trump administration said the programs no longer effectuate agency priorities. Giovanna's daughter kept her spot. Her mom gets emotional thinking about families who weren't as fortunate.
And I looked at the community, and I saw the same kids that I worried about 2-3 years ago. You know, where are they going to be? What's going to happen to them? It made me think, and I looked around, and I was like, I'm very grateful for everybody that's involved in this program.
So the program was able to secure a grant from the county and private donations to reopen that classroom for the rest of this school year, but the director tells us she really does not know what the budget will look like after that. Tomorrow, we're going to highlight efforts at the state level to provide free universal aftercare and what families can do to find programs. near them.
It's so interesting because this is an ongoing conversation with so many moms. I know, Elizabeth, and you've been talking with after-school programs across the country. So what are they saying about the resources that they need to be able to serve more kids?
This is such a big topic for moms, for all families. One of the big barriers, Janae, is transportation. For example, the program we visited, they have to provide a bus from school to the center. Parents who are at work can't go do pickup from school to bring kids somewhere else. Staffing shortages are really another issue at some of these child care centers, aftercare centers. As Jody Grant, the head of the After School Alliance, told us, the bottom line really is as child care costs and the need for programs from families have gone up, the funding has not, guys.
Oh, and these are some of those basic needs that so many families struggle with. Elizabeth, thank you for your reporting.
Thanks.
Rhiannon and Ginger, over to you.
Such an important conversation today. Thank you for that. Now to some health and wellness inspiration. We are looking at some of the biggest trends in nutrition products this year. Registered dietitian and Good Housekeeping Nutrition Director Stephanie Sassos joins us now with some shoppable items. Welcome. So nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's talk nuts because almonds were like the big thing forever, I feel like. And now there's a new nut that everyone's talking about.
Absolutely. One sort of flying under the radar. Pistachios have really taken center stage, and it's going beyond Dubai chocolate, right? We're seeing it in some fun, different forms. So right here, we have from Tash this pistachio milk latte.
Ooh,
fantastic. No added oils, no fillers, nothing like that. So it's like a healthier product to try. And then we have pistachio nut butter from Wilderness Poets, which I love. It's like a little silky sweet.
Yeah, what do you put
toast, apples, just as you would use any other nut butter. And the thing about pistachios that's so great is that they're a complete source of protein. They have all 9 essential amino acids. So the quality of that is like a piece of chicken. That's how high quality the protein source is. Really great. Yeah.
Now, and how do they taste?
Oh, I think these are delicious. I think that this has a little bit more of like a sweet vibe to it compared to other nut butters.
My family gives me a hard time because I'm always cracking open the kimchi, but fermentation is where it's at,
Yes,
right?
I love that you're having your kimchi. You know, fermentation, of course, is this ancient technique, right? But there's so many health benefits to it. It increases vitamins and minerals. Of course, it adds that tangy flavor. But if you're, bored of some of the usual fermented suspects, right, in the kitchen, there's so many new things to try. So here from Costa Rica, we have these dry fermented olives. You were mentioning that you've had these before.
These are great.
I love that they're just dry. They're not messy, and they're from the southern hills of Greece. Yes, please try them, of course. They're so fantastic. All different varieties. Really good. And then we have from Wild Brine a really unique sauerkraut. It's got red cabbage, beets, and pears too.
Nice.
So it kind of like cuts a little bit of that tanginess, divine, and all that color is all those antioxidants. It's so good for you.
It has probiotics?
Yes, really healthy for you.
That's all of those fermented, right?
One thing we never get tired of is a little sweet and spicy together.
So spicy, that's what they're calling it on social media these days.
Spicy?
Spicy.
Oh, okay.
It's that like flavor loop, right? And the sweetness can cut a little bit of the heat, but you still get a kick. One really fun way to try it is in some different chocolates. So Rocca is like a very well-known New York chocolatier. They take their premium dark chocolate and they add the Momofuku chili crunch on top. It's divine.
That is really, really good.
It's so great.
It's not too spicy, like
I got the one with the sesame seed too, and I like that.
Yeah, and some of them have quinoa on them. It's amazing. And then like another really interesting use is hot honey marinara from sauce. So you could put that on pizza, you could put it in bolognese, you can dip like chicken tenders in it. We just actually had this week with the kids. The whole family loved it because we all like a little spice.
As hot as protein's been, fiber is like the big one. Fiber maxing. So what'd you bring us that are fiber filled?
Dr. Narula was just talking about this on the show this week about fiber maxing. We want to get more fiber in our diet. So awesome. I'm all for this trend. Do it gradually, right? And get enough water.
You know what will happen if you don't.
You know what will happen if you don't. Get enough water, right? That's going to help it expand in your stomach, keep you full. And these are some fortified foods that you can try, like these bars from Flora. This is the founder of Jenny's Ice Cream. So you know that these bars are going to taste really good. They have like lavender, some have rose. And then these pretzels from Kindling have not only fiber, but also protein. So it's just a great swap to keep you fuller for longer. What do you think
the
about
bar is very good.
Isn't that great? Very unique.
It's delicious.
Very different.
Very different. Okay, olive oil. Some people call it liquid gold.
Totally liquid gold, and they're really playing up the health benefits, which as a Greek American dietitian, I'm very happy about. Okay. First, you're seeing Costa Rica making these olive oil shots. Okay, which my grandmother growing up would just drink it out of the bottle. So this is a fun way to have it. And then you're seeing really like gorgeous, beautiful, display-worthy bottles that you can give as a gift. It's almost like a fine wine. Brightland makes these infused options with spices and herbs. totally incredible.
That's my favorite type of gift.
Yeah,
olive oil.
really great.
So good.
Yeah.
All of these products are shoppable. You can get any of these on our website, goodmorningamerica.com. Thank you so much again. Coming up, she broke barriers in the magazine industry, and now Amy Dubois Barnett is ruling the literary world with her debut novel. We sit down with her coming up next.
Back now with Amy Dubois Barnett, who made history as the first Black woman to helm a major mainstream U.S. magazine, Teen People, as well as other accolades with her work at Ebony and Harper's Bazaar, and is now making her mark on the literary world with her debut novel, If I Ruled the World. Welcome. We are so happy to have you. So the book is set in the magazine and music world of the 1990s. Tell us about it.
Oh my God. Well, that was the heyday, first of all, of magazine culture, when it was just the most sort of one of the more powerful forms of media, right? When a cover could make or break a star. You know what I mean? And it was also a time when the music industry, particularly hip hop, was at its zenith of influence. And there was this moment when hip hop culture was really almost indistinguishable with mainstream culture. And so that was the time in which this book is set. And it was a really sexy and glamorous time. It was so much fun, right? But it was also a very perilous time. It was a dangerous time to be a woman. You know, there was a lot of rampant misogyny. There was certainly racism, right, in the magazine industry. And it was just a challenging time, certainly to be an ambitious woman trying to make your mark.
Oh, so that's the scene. You're setting the scene for us in the book. It's 20 years in the making.
Yes.
And you dug deep into some of your own archives for some of your material.
I
Tell
did.
us about that.
I did. Well, it's, If I Ruled the World is inspired by my experience as an editor-in-chief, and I'm just bracing myself. Everybody's going to be like, "Oh, it's your story." I know, it's your story, isn't it? It is not my personal story. It's not my personal journey. However, it's obviously set in a world that I know better than almost anyone. And I did pull from some of my experiences, but really was mostly what I observed and, some of the emotions that I experienced that I put into my protagonist, Nikki Rose. And we, follow her on a journey, where she is really experiencing a lot of, fun and glamour and excitement, but she's also making mistakes. She's very messy, but you're rooting for her because she's, driven by purpose, and she ultimately finds her voice. And so that is somewhat reflective of the journey that I took. That's true.
And it was just playing a little bit up on screen, but this is going to be on the screen next, right?
I'm so excited, you guys. So it was just announced that I have a development deal for the television adaptation of If I Ruled the World with
congratulations,
Oscar-nominated genius Lee Daniels at Hulu.
Oh my God!
I know.
What is that like for you to transition from your first career to writing the book to now being a part of this next iteration of it?
I mean, it's kind of surreal, but I really built a career on telling the stories of people that I care about, right? I love talking about women. I love telling our stories. And so I've done so as a journalist for, 20 plus years. And now I get to do so in a creative way via my book, and now hopefully, via a television series. So it's thrilling for me.
Also informed by your prolific career. So what are you hoping, or what do you think your impact is on culture overall?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have been very fortunate to be at the helm of some of our most important and impactful media brands. And in doing so, I've been able to really push culture forward, on the entertainment side, but also on issues and topics that are really important to communities that I care about. So I've done everything from, give Beyonce her first ever, solo cover. I know.
You said that very casually.
Yeah, I know,
but
But that was when I was editor-in-chief of Honey magazine, and I've interviewed, Barack Obama in the Oval Office. I mean, there have been so many things. And I also believe I've served as a kind of representation, and I've helped to, bring other women and other women of color into the media industry along with me and behind me. So I think that that's also push culture forward.
And you also, you're still in media, but you've been able to pivot your career along the way.
Yes.
So if there's someone sitting at home thinking maybe they want to change and do something different, do you have any advice? What helped you?
I really believe that fear is growth, right? That it's really impossible to become the person that you can be, to evolve into everything that you can possibly be, unless you push outside of your comfort zone. So one of the first things I tell women that I mentor is that you have to make yourself uncomfortable in order to grow, and you have to do so confidently, right? You have to really understand that the universe isn't going to give you opportunities that you don't think you deserve. So when you push outside of your comfort zone and you do so confidently and you recognize that fear is growth, that's when the opportunities are going to flow to you and you're going to be ready to receive them.
Fear is growth.
We love to see your growth. Thank you. And
Thank
we're
you
glad
so
you
much.
found that through the fear. I'm going to take that with me. If I Ruled the World is out now. Coming up, we've got ABC Secret Savings, and Will Gans has winter health essentials with prices that you can feel good about. Stay with us.
We are back now with ABC Secret Savings, and Will Gans is on the move, but right here with winter weather, health essentials, everything that you need to stay at the top of your game, inside and out. So, Will, let's get started.
Okay, you may have heard of Cozy Cardio. That means you can get a workout in without ever leaving the living room, people. That's where the Life Pro Pacer Mini portable treadmill comes in. You can hit your step goals, burn calories, no matter how busy you are. It's super compact, so it'll turn any room into your personal walking track. Slide it under the couch, the bed. You see what I'm saying?
The desk.
Yes, it adjusts to an incline of 5% or 7%. Display panel for metrics like calories burned, how far you've gone, how long you've been going. Today, you'll save 20% plus free shipping from Life Pro.
It's especially for a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, just turn it off there.
There you go. Up next, all right, so this is a portable gym. It's a smart gym, so you can't always get to an in-class person, a class in person, which means that lit access is going to come in handy for you. So you can use it anywhere. It offers a range of all different types of workouts using these resistance bands, strength training, low impact cardio. We're talking squats, presses, rows, work the shoulders. You can access 350 different exercises using their app as well. The universal anchor can attach to a door, couch, couch leg, a pole, anything you want it to. You'll save 50% today plus free shipping.
Okay.
Up next, they say that fitness is made in the kitchen, right? So let's talk about the NutriBullet Flip Insulated Portable Blender. This will blend your favorite smoothie anywhere. It has a high torque motor that's built into the cup to handle frozen ingredients. The lid is designed to blend, then flip to sip, so it's all contained in the same. Flip to sip. Stainless steel, exactly. Container will keep your contents cold for up to 24 hours. Exactly. Great for road trips, gym trips, any other adventures. Today you'll save 57%, which means it's under $50 today.
Oh, wow.
Love that, right? All right, next up, let's talk Kinza Health Smart Thermometers. Every home should have a fast, reliable thermometer on hand. It gives temperature readings.
Several.
Yes. Only take 8 seconds with the Kinza Quick Care Smart Thermometer. You pair the Bluetooth thermometer with the free app for symptom tracking, personalized guidance. You can log the whole family's health, plus medication tracking, reminders. Smart Ear Thermometer has the same easy-to-use tech with 1 second in-ear readings. Today, you'll save 40% with our
Kids
deal.
might like that. Yeah. And also just like sharing information. Did you give them that?
Exactly.
That is smart.
Finally, Wovo shoes for next level comfort, support, and style. The sleek ultralight designs provide all-day cushioning. Their durable anti-slip outsole provides a reliable grip wherever you're going to be walking. There are styles for men, women, plus the kids' all-terrain shoe is 100% waterproof, and it's extra cushioned for active kids on the go. You'll save 30 to 45% right now on our site.
All right. And Will, you have even more discounts for our viewers?
That's right today. Thanks for asking. Our January ABC Secret Savings Special is still live with discounts on amazing items from Lux Throws, from Linens and Hutch, to a touchless vacuum from iVac, and 25 more top brands. You've got to check those out.
All right, and we've partnered with these companies on these huge savings. You can get them by scanning that QR code on the screen or by going to abcsecretsavings.com, and we'll be right back. Yes, we will.
Well, that was a good show. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, for more news, check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney+, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.